Yo, what up? It's your boy Kolby Mac, and this finally is the Kolby Told Me YouTube show. I'm talking all things movies and TV, movie reviews, news, trailer reactions, and a whole lot more. You can check out all my written reviews right now on my website at KolbyToldMe.com and audio content wherever podcasts are downloaded with the Kolby Told Me podcast. Consider giving me a follow on all my socials, on Twitter and Instagram at KolbyToldMe, and on Facebook at Kolby Mac. And remember, when they ask you where you heard it from, tell them Kolby told me. This is Captain Marvel, your non-spoiler review. So pretty much Captain Marvel is based on Carol Danvers, played by Brie Larson. She's an American fighter pilot that ends up getting into an accident and transported all the way across the galaxy, and she's now in space. She's a part of an elite fighting team called Star Force, and pretty much it's led by Jude Law's character, So she's led by and pretty much he plays the mentor to Captain Marvel. And also you got Jaimin Hansu. He was inside of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's also a part of the team. Star Force works with the Kree. The Kree is an advanced alien race also on the other side of the galaxy, and they're currently at war with the Skrulls. The Skrulls are also an advanced alien race, and pretty much they're green, and they got pointy ears, the chin ridges, and they can shapeshift, which is pretty cool. They're currently at war, and I don't really sure know why, but I guess they're gonna get into that. At least I hope that they'll get into that. I'm not gonna get into that because it's just a non-spoiler review. And they really should have spoiled that. But they're currently with that war, right? So a mission goes wrong, and pretty much Captain Marvel ends up trapped on a Skrull ship. And on this ship is Ben Mendelsohn. If you guys know who he is, he's pretty much the bad guy in like the last 10 movies that have come out, the big blockbuster ones, right? Ben Mendelsohn playing, oh man, another alien name. We're gonna call him Bendel Skrull. So he's Bendel Skrull, and he's trying to de-scramble Captain Marvel's mind and extract some information that she's not even sure of what she has in there. And also, Captain Marvel has no idea really who she is because she had an accident and doesn't remember she came from Earth. But you know that because that's inside of the trailers. I ain't spoiling nothing there. But pretty much what happens is that she busts herself out of the ship in a really glorious way. A big fight happens and she ends up crash landing down on the Earth. And which is cool. We're in the middle of the 90s, born in the 80s, I'm a kid of the 90s, so you get all the nostalgia, brought back to you. So pretty much at this point, she crash lands on the Earth, and this is where she meets Nick Fury as well as Agent Coulson. To try to stop the Skrulls and whatever sinister plans that they may have to enact on Earth while she waits for her crew on the other side of the galaxy to come pick her up and rescue her. Pretty much the plot of Captain Marvel. So anytime that I talk about a movie, I always want to talk about what did I love, what did I hate, and ultimately what did I rate. So what do I love about Captain Marvel? Female empowerment. It's a movie that's about being more than what people say you're supposed to be. I mean, Captain Marvel is one of the strongest characters inside of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She can fly, she's got super strength. I don't know if she's fast, at least she didn't seem to be as much inside this movie, but she's got these really cool like photon beams that it's really dope. So she does this a lot, right? But she's got these really cool powers, right? And she's just not hamstrung by the fact that she can just throw these powers around, but her powers don't ultimately define her. And I think there were some really good messages throughout this movie that show you that even with your powers or without them, because a lot of your powers can be taken away, that you are whatever you want to be. And I think that it's a really timely message for girls or little boys too, but for all young people to know that our identity is not made up by the things that people tell us who we are. It's about who we are deep down inside. The thing about this movie that I really did love was just the action and the visual effects. I mean, everything that's done in space is super dope. I mean, with each movie, we can expect the technology to increase. That just makes it look so fun. I mean, the star fights. And when I talk about star fights, remember playing Remember playing Star Fox when you was a little kid and you're like gliding through the space and you're shooting people out? You get a lot of that with inside the first two acts of this movie, and it's a whole lot of fun. And visually, it looks really, really good. I highly recommend to go see this movie inside of Dolby. I just love it. I love the way it feels, the way it sounds. It kind of engulfs you. So yeah, the visual effects and, of course, when you're inside the space, but also the visual effects with the de-aging technology. There was a lot that was made up of how do we get Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury to be 30 years younger than what he is. This dude's almost 70 years old. and they do a really good job. And there was not a time inside this entire movie where I thought like, wow, that looks odd. That looks like the non-mustache that was on Superman's face in Justice League. To be honest with you, I did not know. It was a little bit more glaring on Agent Coulson, but that's neither here or there. It's a really good job, and I thought it was pretty even on the VFX side. And also the world building. The world building was really cool. I love that since I wasn't an avid reader of Captain Marvel in the comics. I saw it in a lot of the TV shows, and of course in a lot of the, I just heard a lot of the character. So building additionally this cosmic world that was kind of talked about in Guardians of the Galaxy was a whole lot of fun, and they really tapped into that, even though I wish that they could have did it a little bit more. Some of the things that I did not like so much with inside the movie. One, the movie felt very amateurish, and it's mainly from the direction as well as the script. The directors, and this is a tandem of directors that worked on it, they didn't seem like they understood the world in which they really were in. It looked like when they made this movie, they had never watched another previous MCU movie, and it's kind of glaring. And also the script itself is kind of glaring. Really below average dialogue. The plot is not so bad, it's just really executed pretty poorly. And Kevin Feige and the producers over at Marvel, they got this really unique sandbox that they allow their creators to be able to play in. So it's kind of interesting that they weren't able to hit a lot of the important points on grounding and anchoring this film with inside of the MCU, because you gotta understand, we've changed as an audience, and this is an origin movie. I mean, we've had Iron Man, we've had Thor and Captain America, and you can consider, Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy as origin films of those particular teams. So when we see an origin movie, we expect like what we got from Black Panther. We expect like what we got from Spider-Man Homecoming, where it was able to be an origin movie, not be completely steeped into like overdone exposition. And this movie felt like a lot of tell me, tell me, tell me, instead of show me, show me, show me. And because of that mark, the performances suffered. In all honesty, when I heard that Brie Larson, Academy Award winner Brie Larson, was up for Captain Marvel, there was something about her that I just didn't think was gonna work. And it's nothing against her, and it's nothing against anything that she's been saying leading up to this movie coming out. I think everything that she's been as a champion for, for women and for this film is really, really great. But kind of getting down to the soup and nuts of everything, she doesn't have a very magnetic personality that draws me in to make her really likable. And because of the dialogue and because of some of the character arcs that were not deeply rooted or earned, it made her not likable, and it just kind of made her a little dull. And also just not that great on screen, and it's really unfortunate because I think that she could really do something really great. I just don't think that Captain Marvel, Karen Danvers, was the right decision for her to be able to take. And honestly, there was nothing special about the performance. And I really don't want, what I don't want to do is kind of compare this to Wonder Woman. I don't want to do that. There's a lot of other trolls that go out there, and listen, all right? I'm a DC and a Marvel guy. I love it. I love all the superhero movies. This genre is never going to go away. So we need to continue to elevate these films, not only with the performances, but with the direction and with the script. So that way, whenever there's something that does not always hit, we got something to be able to elevate it, right? And like I said, we've grown an audience, so we need our movies to change the way that we're gonna go at it. And it's unfortunate that a lot of the things that I was hoping this movie was gonna do did not do. I mean, ultimately, I gave this movie a 6 out of 10. And I'll kind of go on a little real quick of like how I break down on movies, right? So, you've got your direction, you've got your script and your story, and you've got your performances and your acting, and you've got the technical elements and cinematography and editing and production and the sound design, and those all really, really matter. Now, a 6 to some people is gonna be horrible. In my opinion, a 6 is not a good movie, not a bad movie either. You would say, oh, well, it should be a 5. No, it's a 6. And I think it's okay for being a 6, because I think what this is gonna do is going to ask Marvel to step it up. All right, we have this big film coming up, and we need you to take Carol Danvers and elevate her here. And maybe that's gonna happen in 6 weeks. Maybe we're gonna find something that's gonna end up, kind of changing the way that I feel about this movie. But I will say, additionally, forgive me, the greatest title opening sequence in any Marvel movie. It's really poignant, and you probably may have heard it involves Stan Lee. This is the best Stan Lee cameo that they've had, and they really honored his memory for the guy that started this whole thing. And stay at the end of the movie. You got 2 post-credit scenes. You got a mid-credit scene and a very, very end-credit scene that I think you guys are going to be able to enjoy, and everything like that. But that's pretty much my review. Like I said, what I love, what I hate, and then what I rated it. And I'd love you guys to be able to do the same. So please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. And I'm going to try my best to get up on YouTube whenever I can. It's my first time doing this. So if there's anybody who's technical that just wants to take this little video and I'll send it in a Google Drive, and you can do all the little snazzy stuff and put it on my page, hey, I'm hiring. But for right now, I hope that you enjoy this KolbyToldMe YouTube show. Please follow me on everywhere, YouTube, all these places. Follow me. I want to be able to interact with you. I love talking about movies, love fighting about movies. So if you disagree with me, bring it. Please at me. Yeah, but it's been fun. Hope you guys enjoy this. And remember, when they ask you where you heard it from, tell them Kolby told me.